Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Okay, so what does my collective need to know today? What does my collective need to know? Okay. Got a house in reverse, so somebody is about to lose their house, okay? Somebody is about to lose their house. We've got living room, his thoughts, rich, good gentleman. We've got short illness in reverse and great happiness in reverse. Success in love, alright? Something is coming to light surrounding how ill somebody is, yeah. Surrounding the theft, darling. Something's coming to light. This masculine energy wants to make out like they're a rich, good gentleman, alright? Short illness in reverse. He's sick, alright? He was miserable. He was miserable in his own world and got involved in doing some sick things and got involved in theft, alright? Enough theft, okay? Enough stolen property to buy a house or a home, right? Oh my Lord. What he's living in right now, okay? He's living in this right now, alright? He's very narcissistic, okay? He's very narcissistic, but he wanted to upgrade, alright? He wanted to upgrade. He wanted riches, so he's strategizing. He's been doing mirror magic. He's very narcissistic, alright? Very narcissistic. Very ill, alright? Miserable. Has always been miserable, alright? Always one of these where if anyone else seems happy, he'll start an argument, alright? Because he's not all there in his head. He's sick. He's sick, alright? So been strategizing. But he's going to lose his house, his home, alright? He's going to lose everything that he's got. Because it's all from robbery. It's all from theft. Yeah. Gloomy thoughts. He's always been on the edge, alright? He's always been one of these. He's probably tried to take his own life multiple times. This is what I'm getting. But he's got involved in some theft. And anytime anybody in his family or anyone around him is happy, he'd start an argument, you know. Anyone who looks like they're doing well, alright, you know. Maybe came into this masculine or feminine's house or home at some point, and then he was miserable, alright. He was miserable, and it made him on edge, and it made him wanting to take his own life, that one of his own family members seemed to be doing alright for themselves, and it made him really miserable, okay. He's always been sick, alright. He's always had severe mental health disorder, alright, and one of them happiness haters. Anyone around him who seems to be doing alright, he's just not liked it. He's not liked it at all. So he's made some sort of deals, alright. He's made some sort of deals. He's been doing some sort of mirror magic. He's made some sort of deals with the devil. He's made some sort of deals with the man in the mirror. Earth 4. He's made some sort of deals with the man in the mirror. To get involved in robbery, alright? So he could buy a home. Because he was just miserable, alright? Wanted to get on this theft, alright? He was always on the edge, alright? And then what he wants from the one who he's stolen from and got some sort of a home and now living a life of luxury, hoping big water, he wants them to be hopeless. All fours there. About getting this money back. About getting this money back, okay? So, a journey, a little child, and we've got a change, and we've got a good gentleman. there's going to be a change, alright, to this situation. His child or children are going to have to go up for adoption, and he's going to have to face accountability for his crimes, okay? Because it's like he's trying to take somebody else's journey in life, and, you know, them living a good life, he's tried to take that from them for his own, okay? And we've got this good gentleman here, who could be a detective, could live near a beach, alright? This man who's been strategising, he's been meeting up behind the scenes, alright? With pals who he's worked on in. We've got bereavement, and wants to bring about an ending to the one who is stolen from, and this unexpected money. Because he's on the edge. He's on the edge. He don't want to go down for it, you see. He's on the edge. He doesn't want to lose everything. What is stolen? He's going to lose everything anyways, darling. But he wants this person who is stolen this unexpected money from, for them to be on edge, alright? For them to be hopeless, and for them to be just as miserable and sick as him, alright? So it could have brought a lot of, like, sadness, you know, surrounding this situation. There's choppy waters here. Could have dragged this person through some sort of choppy waters, just ripped everything. I can't get it out. Maybe even throat chakra magic. Ugh. To rip their full life from them. So he's been meeting up with a married couple behind the scenes, talking about maybe poisoning the person's death. There's definitely throat chakra magic. There's chakra magic. There's mirror magic. Heavy on the black magic to try and cover this up. Okay? Maybe even death spells. Maybe wanting to poison somebody to death. With a married couple who's just as miserable, just as egotistical, just as all about the self-image, all about self. So teamed up with a set of narcissists, alright, retarded people. And they've done a lot of throat chakra magic. Because they don't want the victim to speak out, that's what I'm not getting. Heavy on the throat chakra magic. Because they don't want to lose a herb, you see. They don't want to lose this life of luxury, what they've been living off the back of this money. While the one who's speaking the truth, darling, is having to fight for survival and constantly fight for their own life with all this premeditated ending, okay? They've done a voodoo doll. They've also gone for readings, alright? They've also gone for readings to see what's coming on up. And it's a battle and a half, let me tell you that. It's a battle and a half. It's a battle and a half. They're very greedy. They don't want to give it back, so it's a battle and a half. They've been battling and battling and battling and battling and battling. I'm also getting like some sort of identity theft. Some sort of identity theft and trying to lock the one who they've stolen away. You know, like Rapunzel. Wicked witch there. Okay, wicked witch. Lock them away in a tower or something. Maybe not quite literally a tower, but, you know, locking them away so they can't let their hair down, alright? And have someone come rescue them. Promises and magic. Heavy on the spell, right? And they've all been making promises. Okay, we've got the day boy and the night girl, balance, alright? And they're doing a lot of black magic, a lot of moon magic, okay, major spiritual warfare, psychological warfare, okay, and major wars have even broke out in the physical over this because they feel like they're entitled. They understand it's not theirs, but they don't care because they're greedy. So, child or children, grandchild, grandchildren, they're going to get put in foster care. They're very witty, alright? They're very cunning, and they try to put their victim to sleep. And with this sensitivity and short illness, they found out what this masculine or feminine is sensitive to, alright? You know, like some sort of chemical or some sort of like, you know how people are like allergic to penicillin? And they've done everything they can to give them some sort of allergic reaction or an adverse reaction to something what's been given to them, alright? And I was expecting to get away with it because they've got some strong sense of entitlement. Like, they think they're entitled to this unexpected money, what was never even theirs to take, alright? They are now dedicated to doing like weird witchery. They're dedicated to black magic, and now they have an obsession with doing black magic and spell work. So they've got addicted to spell work, addicted to black magic. They don't like how ambitious this person is because they keep fighting for survival. In Hansel and Gretel, there's a lot of like breadcrumbing, like breadcrumbs, alright, breadcrumbing. There's a lot of breadcrumbing, a lot of trying to lure kids into a trap, alright. Like a wicked witch in like Hansel and Gretel. So they've definitely lured some sort of child or children into a trap, alright? They're very ambitious. We've got duty in reverse. Some of these people apparently have a duty to serve, to protect, a duty to bring justice, and they've failed. They have. They've failed their duties, all for the love of money, all for the love of greed, and getting some sort of money under the table. Alright, we've got them grounded. And they've definitely been playing a lot of psychological warfare, darlings. A lot of black magic. We've got brother and sister. Agreed. So we've got a brother and sister is involved, who's very greedy, and they feel that they are entitled. Alright, they do. So everything they've got is from theft, alright, with this unexpected money, a married couple, alright. They want to make out like they're rich and rabash and they're, you know, want the general public to look up to them. While they're sacrificing people. Potions, alright, enchantments, in potions, mixing up a toxic concoction so their victim has an allergic reaction or chemical reaction. The very people you thought you could trust, or this masculine or feminine thought they could trust. Jealous of their gifts, okay? So they've all gone real dark, doing dark energy work to try and have people under their control, and they've been doing some sort of enchantment. We've got Snow White and Red Rose, sister love, a sister. Enchantment, okay. They're so greedy. They've done voodoo dolls, alright? Because they want to cover up their secrets. They've also tried to do some sort of memory erasure or affect masculine or feminine's memory, who they've done it to, because they're obsessed. And they're very jealous, very venomous, alright? They're very jealous. They've took absolutely everything. They've took absolutely everything. And they're expecting each other to be loyal to each other. Loyal to the poisoning. Loyal to the robbery. Loyal to the theft, okay? Because they're going to lose everything, what they've took. There's some sort of graveyard, okay? Graveyard trying to dig up some sort of past to be like, well, this has happened to them in their past and we don't think that they deserve to have their own money, so we'll take it amongst ourselves because of what's happened in the past. But look at what they're all doing. They're doing a shit ton of black magic, voodoo dolls, alright, and making promises they can't keep just because they've got some sort of strong sense of entitlement. So they might look like they have everything right now, but that's all from robbery, theft, a strong sense of entitlement, looking to other people like they have everything, but it's all from robbery and theft. And they're obsessed. And we've said, oh, don't listen to them, they're a nutter, they're a nutter, they're a nutter, they're a nutter. Because they don't want anyone to look after. But there is someone who works in, like a duty officer, or someone who serves in a justice system, who just wants to inflict more wounds, is what I'm getting. More wounds, yeah, they're very deceptive, and they just think they've got the right, because they don't want anyone to look up to this masculine or feminine, alright? So they want to keep inflicting more wounds, any way, shape or form, and constantly trying to knock this person out, okay? A brother and sister, probably through some sort of sedatives, alright? They don't like their level of understanding, okay, on what's going on down, okay? Oh, this masculine or feminine's constantly having to battle for survival throughout their life because they've been surrounded by very evil, cunning, greedy, jealous, envious family members who think that they should always keep ripping everything off this person, and they live a life of luxury. Because corrupt law, corrupt medical staff are very, very greedy. I think I should have this, and this person should just keep fighting for their own life while we keep trying to bump them off and poison them to death and put them to sleep. Okay, well, the brother and sisters involved, darling. Wow. So brother and sister is involved, very jealous, evil, greedy family members, and everything they have is from robbery, theft, so then they've all been meeting up, but they're all going to lose their jobs because, well, they're all going to lose their jobs, they're going to lose their houses, they're going to lose their homes, okay? The kids are going to have to go up for adoption because this is a lot of severe crimes, darling. They just didn't want to see a change coming to their own siblings' world, alright? Because they wanted the change, alright? And they think that they're entitled, alright? So it's very arrogant, very twisted, very egotistical, very sick, very, someone could have veneers or want to get veneers, alright, with some sort of stolen money. Yeah, unexpected money in reverse. So someone could want some sort of veneers. They want to settle this outside of the courtroom, alright, create some sort of upheaval because they don't want some sort of case to go in the victim's favour, alright. That's why they want to settle it out of the courtroom and bump this person off. So they've been working with Spirit of Nature at a graveyard. Okay. Like poisonous plants and poisonous bugs is what I'm getting. So they try to give someone a bug or a virus. Poisonous bug, poisonous virus, okay, poisonous bugs, to try and cover up this theft and more black magic. Because they don't want to give it back. They don't want to give this money back. Well, it means that they're going to have to get bloody locked up, darling. So what they've done is very dangerous. They've recruited a lot of people, alright? They've recruited a lot of people battling for this money, alright? They've got restrained. So they've restrained this person, pinned them down, alright, and ripped everything from them. Restrained this person, pinned them down so they can't move, and ripped everything from them. The very ones who are supposed to be serving to protect, alright, they've all been battling to rip this away. Alright, restrain them. Look, we've even got military involved. And then we've got prison. They're all going to prison. They're all going to prison. They are. Maybe even an ex is involved. But they're all going to prison. They're all going to prison. They've recruited a lot of people to fight and battle in spiritual warfare, and then restrained the person down and just ripped everything from them. And got courtship. So we've got a couple who's working along with family, alright, we've got change and reverse, because they don't want to see a change, alright, in this masculine or feminine world, so they get involved in restraining them and ripping everything. A family solicitors, courtship, family room, change and reverse, of family solicitors, alright, force. They don't care about what the victim's been through, alright, all they care about is this community of people who want to split the money amongst themselves, darling. And that's why we've got child in reverse and force in reverse, and that's why their child or children, darling, they're off up for adoption and foster care, darling. Working behind the scenes because they don't want to lose the jobs, darling. Because, well, they're going to lose the jobs. We've got official person in reverse. They are. Because who are they to rip everything off somebody and battle for money and wealth, what was never even theirs in the first place? And we've got poverty, darling. Maybe they just took everything and left this person with nothing, and they don't care. They don't care. We've got someone who was divorced before involved. With this official person in reverse, there could be even ex-military involved, or someone with a military background, look. And a family lawyer, a solicitor, alright. A family lawyer, a solicitor, and maybe a father figure who doesn't want to see their own child do well, so helping one of the other siblings in this sibling rivalry so they can give it to one of the other siblings because they want them to have it all. Entitlement. So they don't want to see their own child do well. They've ripped all the money and they want houses and homes for themselves, you see. And that's why they're losing everything, okay? The kids are going up for adoption, or the grandkids, okay? Everyone involved is going to lose everything, and they're going to get locked up in prison. All these corrupt law who's taking gifts of money under the table, they're all getting locked up. He was working for like a gift, a bonus, alright? He was giving people gifts. We've got distant horizons in reverse, because he wanted to be seen as high honour or something. But he didn't want it, maybe his own sibling, okay, to be seen as high honour, alright? Maybe for their line of work, alright? So they was working with corrupt law to not listen to the innocent victim in the courtroom and try and stitch them up for crimes they've not committed. And then with this occupation, they paid money to fabricate legal documentation, medical records, okay, poisoning, and also get some sort of samples to do a voodoo doll. Like they have done me, Hull Crown Court. They bicked my hair and they took toenail samples. They took blood samples and did a hair, blood and nail ritual. Did a voodoo doll. And been doing some right sick shit they have, alright? And here we've got wealthy man. Doesn't want it to come to light, okay? with this community of law firm, doesn't want it to come to light, because then that means they're going to lose the law firm. So this is like local law, you know, local solicitors, local attorneys, okay, local lawyers, alright? They don't want it to come to light. Because they was helping, we've got Mature Woman in Reverse, and Mature Woman in Reverse come out of poverty and split the money amongst themselves. So we've got a mentally mature woman who's also got a strong sense of entitlement, and they was helping her because she wanted a piece of this money, alright? And she's been getting involved in doing black magic, and they don't want it to come to light because she wants to trot around all privileged with these corrupt judges. And I was thinking, what do you mean, darling? She's been through divorce before, alright? And they unofficially took all of this money. And she was just expecting to get away with it. Alright? She was. False person in reverse, bad health in reverse, and coughing in reverse. Linking to a corrupt medical staff, falsifying medical records, and wanted to poison the victim to death. And that's why they're all losing their jobs, darling. For falsifying legal records and trying to poison someone to death. Because they've been doing sick shit to this masculine or feminine since a child. And corrupt law, they've always failed with this duty in reverse. They've always failed to bring justice on things what's happened to masculine or feminine since a child. So they was always wanting some sort of conflict and wanted to quieten the victim's strength, because they was all friends with each other, you know. They was all friends. They're in recuperation right now, and they're taking advice from other solicitors, other attorneys, okay? Other solicitors, other attorneys, alright? They're taking advice from other solicitors and other attorneys and what they should do next. Yeah, they're getting a room down. So they're going to other solicitors and other attorneys to help them. Paying for advice with stolen money to try and stop a new beginning, alright? Because they don't want to get destroyed in the courtroom. Yeah, they don't want to hear it. Like they're going to get destroyed in the courtroom. And, well, they can't keep it a secret. They got onto a contract killing to try and cover it up. They got onto a contract killing to try and cover it up, a hitman. And they were starting gossip, alright. Watching shit go down. They were spending it on sex workers, alright. They were spending it on sex workers, the money, alright. And they could be offering these solicitors or lawyers or corrupt law, prostitutes, sex workers, alright. Yeah, you just have this prostitute and they just fucked up, darling. They have, darling. They're fucked up. So they've been swayed to corrupt law with like money and prostitutes, sex workers. And that's how they're working. Oh, come on, let us get away with it. We'll let you have this prostitute from our prostitute ring. Isn't she gorgeous? She's put a couple of swells in her hair, hasn't she? That's it. Yeah. So they're all friends because they're all slamming each other. Alright. They're all doing black magic. Now they're trying to take advice from other friend law firms who they're connected to. Alright. Other friend coppers, other friend medical staff, alright, and smashing them and all, and been cashing checks, alright, total drama action, causing total drama, trying to treat the victim like trash, absolute trash, even more. Because, well, they've got a strong sense of entitlement and they think that they should just treat someone like pure shit throughout their full life and rob absolutely everything from them because they've got a strong sense of entitlement, them and the fucking pals, darling. More black magic. Bare backing, everybody. A lot of bare backing. A lot of bare backing, everyone. Everyone's getting bare backed. I mean, well, they are sex workers. Alright. Everyone's getting manipulated with sex workers. Alright. Everyone's probably getting a shit ton of STDs. Alright. They're trying to cover it up. But they've all got like warts and herpes and AIDS. Alright. Warts, herpes, AIDS. They've been copying signatures. Alright. Signing legal documentation. Copying signatures with these corrupt coppers. Alright. It was just exploding down there from all the little side pieces and the bugaboos and wanting to fulfill a fantasy. Alright? They can't stay loyal to the partners. They can't stay loyal to what they got in these so-called power positions for in the first place, which was to serve to bring justice. They just serve themselves. That's all they serve. And how much money they can get. How much money they can get. And because they want more sex workers, rent boys and all that. See, me already know the tea on some of this. Alright, the Armament Corporation trying to take legal advice from other law firms and they have been burning evidence. Alright. They've been burning evidence. They've been burning legal documentation. They're absolute furious, alright, because they've been copying person's signature and signing everything over to themselves, paying people hush-hush money and offering them some sort of a sex worker. Probably been rage baited. Now, obviously, someone's had been restrained and had their full life ripped off them, and there's a load of corrupt law not bringing justice. They've got every single right to get fucking angry. Yeah, they've all a set of haters. They just don't want to hear it. And they're all sick. And they're not all there in the head. They're very sinister. They're very greedy. They're very money power hungry. And all they give a fuck about is lining a sex worker's pocket and feeding their own osmodus, incubus, succubus demons. Alright. That's all they care about. They really don't care. They just want more and more sex workers. They don't want to apologise. Alright, so they got involved in stalking, spying. Yeah. Stalking, spying. They're arrogant. Alright. They've got all this money and what have you. Yet they're still depressed. Because, well, their company, the business is going down, it's losing credit, you know, because they do. Okay, they want to drug their victims. They do. Because I was like, what do we do now? We don't want them to set the record straight. We're going to lose our jobs. We're going to lose our licences. We're going to lose our power position. What we're going to do, because we need more sex workers, or we'll just drug the victim, or we'll just say they're not but a druggie, alright, so we can keep slamming, so dumb, very dumb, very toxic, very toxic, very dumb, very evil, very arrogant, very egotistical, a poor excuse for a man, a poor excuse for a woman, a poor excuse for a man, and a poor excuse for a woman, a poor husband, a poor wife, okay, a poorly raised son, and a poorly raised daughter. That's what I'm getting. A poor son, a poor daughter, a poor wife, okay, a poor husband, a poor partner, alright, because they can't even stay loyal to their own partners either. So people in the justice system, they've been like, oh, let's give them a mental health evaluation, and we'll just command these healthcare workers to go through the door, alright? Don't matter, we've got dangerous. It's dangerous because the truth's coming out about us all being a set of money, power hungry predators. So we want to create more upheaval and say, get yourself some nutty bar pills, because we don't like your level of enlightenment, darling. So you need to get yourself some nutty bar pills, because we don't like your honesty, darling. And they tried to poison with wrong medication, and then the one who was speaking the truth has gone on a rebirth. So died, and then went on a rebirth. And then they thought, oh, we'd love to create more upheaval, alright, so let's keep persuading each other behind the scenes in the justice system. Justice, persuasion, persuading each other, because they love money. Oh my Lord. And what they do is very dangerous. Look, and we've got danger of loss. So this is a hitman in turmoil. Strength and turmoil. Oh my Lord. More turmoil. Exhaustion. It's just shocking. It's just shocking. They're all a set of snakes. A set of slivery, slimy serpents. A set of serpent seeds. A set of slivery, slimy serpents who bump people off for the love of money. God, it was a drug overdose. They just died, you know. The this, the that. Black magic come to a completion. They're dumb as fuck, alright? They're very toxic, very dumb, but very good at manipulating other people and persuading them with black magic, and persuading them that they're more entitled to have something what's not even theirs by physical law, universal law, or spiritual law. But because with that head gone, alright, that up their own arse, they don't give a damn. They're not there to protect. They choose, and they chose to serve darkness and do black magic and rob off everybody they can, and do voodoo dolls to torture people, alright? Because they're dumb. Because, well, I'm pretty sure just because they've got a strong sense of entitlement, it doesn't mean to say that they can keep inflicting wounds and inflicting wounds, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be another major lawsuit, and that's not what they want. So they're going for sacrifice, very cunning, very witty, sacrifice, and then, it's not worked, so we're going to have to call them a nutter. Get on your mental health tablets, we keep trying to sacrifice this here. Yeah, nutty, that's it, you get on your nutty pills. Alright, what do you mean you can see all these attacks coming? What do you mean, you know? How do they know? How do they know we're trying to keep them trapped? Because we're toxic and we're dumb, and our criminal enterprises fall into pieces. Get on your tablets. Get on your tablets, will you? No, darling. Stop being an envious, bitter bitch. We've got fake friends in with us who don't want to admit that they're just a jealous, envious, bitter little bitch. And if they want to lie to try and control people, because that's all they are, they're a set of control freaks. phone calls have been recorded. Okay. The phone calls have been getting recorded. And I thought, oh no, it's game over. We're going to have to trash talk the victim again. Alright. And get onto another contract killing. So that's what they did. A fake friend who didn't want to hear about their own pal getting justice because it was helping a brother and sister. Fake friends or what have you. Because they're all best of pals now because they're just as toxic and just as cracked up and alcoholic up and just as involved in doing a shit ton of black magic as each other and just as dumb as each other because they've been under investigation for a long time and they've well and truly fucked on it. And then beginning to recorded. They tried to just burn evidence and throw it out in the trash, alright. Contract killing. A contract killing. Go on, you get the lippy about and we'll get a room together, corrupt coppers and that. You get the lippy, you get the lippy, you get the lippy, you get the lippy. And slamming all the sex workers and slamming all the brother and sister and slamming all the corrupt law and slamming all these corrupt medical staff and getting on contract killings to cover it up. Because they're all greedy, darling. And that's the thing. They're all pure greedy. And, well, they're not to be trusted. None of them. Because they're all about trying to control everybody around them and be seen as some sort of boss, you see. Not to be trusted. They're for the streets, darling. They're for the streets. They just scurry around, okay, trying to find another victim, alright, trying to find somebody else to rob so they can eat off the back of somebody else. That's a street rat who's trying to put a couple of curls in their hair, alright, a bit of lipstick on, and think they're above other people and think that they're entitled to get away with it. And try to give people hush hush money, I love you, 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 I love you. Slamming them. Oh, please don't put my bank account under investigation. I struggle in my mental health. And probably even slamming somebody at the bank who's just as deceptive, just as deceitful as them. So somebody who works at the bank is involved. Slamming, alright, someone's got pregnant and then just abortion. Alright. So they got pregnant to a fake friend or something, alright, and slammed them to get some evidence burned and then got an abortion. So either corrupt law or corrupt bank, one of these like siblings or like a brother or sister slammed or somebody works at the bank and they just got an abortion. Fake pals with each other because they're only out for what each other can give them. They're only out for what each other can give them. They're all fake. All they want to do is straight up destroy anybody who's got money coming on in, alright? Anyone who don't want to be the friend anymore or have one of these family members round because there's not but a set of snakes, alright? Copy and pasters, alright? Not but smashing everybody, spreading warts, AIDS, herpes, all that type of shit, or HIV, alright, or syphilis, or the clap, alright? So they just want to literally take everything and just fuck this person up and over, time and time again. Are you alright? Oh, I'm well sorry to hear about that. I didn't know. What do you mean? It was all orchestrated. and then fucking them up again. Oh, time and time again. Jimmy, oh, I'm real sorry about that. Yeah. And expects everyone to just be just as toxic as them. Toxic snakes. Toxic snakes have got contract killing, alright, and wanted it on camera. Got onto a contract killing and wanted it to be on camera. And corrupt law wanted to burn evidence again, alright, and slam each other because we're all real envious. Sounds like fucking Hull, my family, X's family, you know, Humberside Police, all Crown Court, all magistrates, all City Council, the lot. They're angry at the person they've stolen from because they just wanted to fulfill fantasy, and everyone just look at all these materialistic things what I've got from robbery and theft. I done fuck. Because they've all been smashing each other and oh no, I'm real depressed. I'm not, but I'm manipulating a little snake. I'm real depressed. In their field, thinking I can pull strings in all areas. Yes. Get off the tips on drugs, just smashing themselves, smashing each other. Police just cashing checks into the bank accounts, alright? They didn't want to get caught. They didn't want to get revealed for being hateful, jealous, envious, alright? They didn't want the records to get straight, like the sinister and corrupt to the core. They never bring anyone justice. They don't care. They just want to roam around in their cars. Acting like they're solving crimes when they're not. They're out there committing crimes to cover crime, to cover crime, to cover crime, to cover crime. And they scurry around the streets in their cars, alright, acting like they're doing something, but they just can't wait to clock on off. Alright, at the end of the day, slam a sex worker. They'll even do dark energy while they're beezing around in the cars, yeah. The gossip will watch the person who they've been doing this to, and they'll just drive past them or slow down, drive past them, park on up, alright. Don't want them to be able to fight back, because like, I've got a badge, me. And if I want to abuse my power position, I can. Because I've been slamming there over here, and I've been slamming there over there, alright. He's slamming there who works within fucking doctors or nurses, alright. It's this military man. He's slamming, you know, for example, NHS staff, alright. And he's got, what did they call him? An occupational therapist, alright. And we've got people who work in this prison, alright. And we know him over there. And if we want to carry on getting lippy and gang stalk and just slag you off when we drive past you in the car, but like, look at this one, and then just bees on off to a sex worker, to a Jezebel, incubus, succubus, then we can, darling, because that's all they do. All they do is feed incubus, succubus, Jezebel, feed the devil, alright, feed their themselves. Stalking. Try and give some sort of toxic food or intoxicate them. A lot of intoxication. Oh, love, yeah, with a missus and a fella, you're gorgeous. And then doing all this behind the back. Alright, I'm real loyal. I'm faithful. Snake down under a snake. They're not loyal, guys. They're all snakes. They all just sit around. Alright, yes, I told ya. And they're all dumb. Because they're burning evidence for snakes. Jezebels, incubus, succubus. And they're all very toxic. So the one is still fighting for justice, alright? They're still lurking. They're like, we don't want to apologise because we're just smashing each other, alright? and there's now a partner as well. We are going for a divorce actually. How do you know? We're trying to keep it a secret because we've just been shivering in here, shivering in there, and with the private relationship we're split up now. So if we're splitting on up because we're spending all this stolen money on sex workers, alright, you just get on your mental health tablets because we've been watching lap dancers, alright, paying for sex workers, lap dancers, alright, and we're saying, well, you'll be loyal to me, you're still loyal to me, and get them on mental health tablets, alright, and if I'm going to spread STDs, I'll spread STDs, and that's just what they're doing, alright, and if we want to get them popped on the camera, we want one of our side pieces, because we're trying to get away with these pending crimes, darling, with our sex worker told you. Alright. So we don't want to lose our job, darling. So I'll run away with a sex worker. Me and this sex worker will get the job done. Me and the sex worker. So someone in this is filing for like a divorce, alright? Because the thought that having all this stolen money and getting paid under the table, that they was going to stay loyal to each other, and there's not, darling. Because they've been spending it on prostitutes, sex workers, sliding in to all these comics, and they're all friends. They are. They're all snakes, darling. They're all silly, smarmy serpents, darling. So they're secretly falling apart behind the scenes because they've got the fucking part out. Slithering and sliming these corrupt cops, darling. They can't stay loyal to the job. They can't stay loyal to the missus and the sellers because they're just snakes. What do you expect a snake to do, darling? Stay loyal. Eh? Stay loyal. Because the fakes, darling, they're for the streets. It doesn't matter if you've got a lovely family home, darling. They always get in the field, they always want more. All they do, they're all the same. Majority of people are just the same nowadays. They can't stay loyal to the job, they can't stay loyal to the missus, they can't stay loyal to fighting for justice. Because it's too busy trying to cover it to the backs, darling. Yes, what I mean is there's this peace around, alright? Anyone who's smart, darling, they don't like smarties. No, darling, because they know to just sliver on past. They have. Sliver on past, and the police guy's like a snake behind the seat, darling. They know that we've been robbing them, and we're all not doing our jobs. They know we hate them. It's just shocking. And all the friends, they're all fake and all smashing each other behind the back and all. Oh, it's alright. It's alright when I'm telling you, he's just gonna sit with Eris, he's gonna sit with him. I know, why don't we just get it on? So everyone in this police force has smashed each other, smashing prostitutes, alright, sex workers, rent boys, alright, and anyone who speaks the truth, surrounding them being robbed and black magic and getting voodoo dolls and all these people coming up against them. Like, go take him into the case and so we don't want the truth to be told because we don't want our bank accounts to go under investigation. There could actually be a manager at the bank and got check, cash in. A manager at the bank or somebody who works in the bank, and this reading has been real hungry. Manager at the bank, alright, was also a hater who's been getting the stalking and all, darlings, yeah, because they're for the streets. It's been going on for 3 years, stars. Could also be linking to like local, local newspapers. It was also like a set of snakes. Yeah, because they're all under all control, they're all being manipulated, darlings. And they've all been getting on some contract killings. Maybe even local news, darling. Because they've been filling with testosterone. They've been filling divine tests. They have. They have been filling divine tests, darling. They have. Which is a shame, innit? They've been filling divine tests and they don't care at all. They're very, very dangerously low vibrational too. They're very depressed. So they're probably all on mental health tablets, alright. Probably trying to take a shit ton of drugs, raging alkies, and, well, they're just an abomination because they want to pass judgment on other people and have someone fighting for survival their whole life, darling. Because they're just obsessed, darlings, in battling for something what was never even theirs to take in the first place. And they like to see this person keep fighting for their own life, apparently. And then they do more black magic to cover up this theft. And then again, they've got to do it to serve, to protect and defend and bring justice. I'm like, no, darlings, we want to see you fighting for survival. We just want to put you to sleep, darling. They're disgusting, aren't they? Honestly, they're just pure putrid, pure evil, pure arrogant, pure snakes, pure narcs, pure serpents who lie to each other. They lie to the lovers. They've been copying some sort of signatures, lie to each other. They're just evil. I mean, honestly, they are poor excuses for men and women. Very poor. So don't go by what you can see from average human eye, darling. Because the devil is a liar. And don't believe a word these military men and women say. Alright? Any of these frigging coppers, lawyers, judges, solicitors. Alright? Any of these siblings, alright, because the siblings are liars, because they think they're entitled to have this, so they're just disgusting. Look, they've done a fake court case, because they prefer the devil and prefer liars, yeah, and they like to scam people. And then we've got an evil auntie who is involved in an insurance job, and then we've got, so their full bloodline, we've got cares for generations, 100 to 1,000 years, but they don't care, darling. The cares are very codependent on alcohol, alright? Very codependent on alcohol, succubus club, darling. And paid to set up, even corrupt coppers, paid to set up the victim for a crime they've not committed. So paid to set someone up from the Galactic Federation. Her father's been charged, darling. This is probably just going to get a slap on the wrist. Involved in wire fraud. Alright. Death magic. Dark web hitman hired. Some sort of gang ties. They've ended a friend before. And can't sacrifice you. Furious. Contracts are all void and null. A nurse is getting charged, darlings. They're all preying on your downfalls and poisoned before and always recruiting haters, paid a witch doctor, extreme abuse, big deals they can't keep, a set of spiritual bloody bullies, spying through cameras, so you know what I mean. Joined with other women to stalk and harass ex. Or maybe even other men. Joined with other men or women to stalk and harass ex. Alright. Death hex on children. And we're going to keep that up and running. Hidden money in drawers, cupboards, boxes, beds. Use their job to steal. Alright, they wanted some sort of fame and clout. My brother's getting charged, darling. Lied for magic to be done. And kept trying to sacrifice the one who they'd stolen from. And they're just like, hello, this person is not to be... so much for Jack or magic. Honestly. They do it to everybody. They're all doing spell work on each other. Alright. Of course they are. They're all poisoning each other. Alright, they'll poison each other in the police force. They'll poison each other at work in the courtroom. The nurses and the doctors and all that. They're all poisoning each other, poisoning the patients, poisoning them, poisoning them, poisoning them, poisoning them, poisoning them. Oh, they've got caught out. A mother's getting charged. A mother figure is getting charged. Oh my lordy, oh my lordy. And another paid to set this person up. I'm going to have to go because this is going to be where I'm great. I won't even hungry, can you wear my to work? It's women and them. Yeah. They've been working with legions of demons. They're a set of tools. Alright, yeah. They're a set of tools. They want to sacrifice this person for their own money. And then they'll all be stealing from work and all. This is what I mean, you can't trust none of them, darling. Alright? Some corrupt forensics. Alright? Trying to set someone up for crimes what they've not committed. Because we're working with corrupt forensics. Alright? Well, if they've got these nurses can take your blood samples, can't they? They can, oh my lord. These nurses can take blood samples. And come on, we need your blood samples. Nurses pass that blood sample to corrupt law. Alright, these corrupt forensics. And there you go. Somebody else's DNA is at a crime scene. And they've been placed at a crime scene. Because they don't want this money to come to the rightful person. They're just so stupid. They're disgusting. Who are they though? Because they're all in bed with one another. That's the thing. They're all sleeping around. They're all getting involved in doing some voodoo dolls, alright? They're all working different things, stylings, to get some spell work done, dolls. It's a community of witches, some warlocks, stylings. Number 13 there, guys. Doing death hexes. Message. Unofficial. Or official person in reverse. Not hiring. Look, she just didn't want her to work, darlings. For anything. So she's well unconcerned. Sat at home. Alright. And she's going to get locked up. With this crank. And all these corrupt laws. For lying on earth. And trying to poison someone to death. This nurse. Maybe even a couple of times. Come on, look, coughing there. Father's been doing it to their own child, look. Or maybe even wanting to do that to her own grandchild for insurance jobs and that. Because she's dying to go out and party and celebrate a bit more. And thinks she's above. But she's just a snake on the dance floor, darlings. Alright, look at me. It's alright, I'll be slamming these corrupt law. Dance around while we're doing insurance jobs and kids, darling. Because we're all in bed with one another. Dance around with a little slivery, slimy step. It's snake. It's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's just disgusting. They're just disgusting. They're just foul. They do my head in, these people. They absolutely do my head in. They really do. They just do my head in. They absolutely do. Could even be a teacher losing the job. Left a trail of evidence. So much fraudulent activity. Never hire a hitman. And I'm going to leave it there. Doctor's getting charged. For trying to murder somebody. With wrongful medication. Or poisoning somebody. But they always think, oh, there's too many of us. We're too powerful. We're all zoning in on you and you will be our victim. And if we want to victimise you, we'll victimise you. What you going to do about it? You're going to get us all locked in prison. Yeah, hopefully. And if you be doing black magic on me, alright, my children, trying to sacrifice me, my girls, murder my baby boy because you want some sort of clout, poisoning me, gang stalking me, shit to the back-to-back satanic fucking rituals, robbery, theft, you've now been locked in spiritual prison, stripped of all your spiritual gifts. You're for the fucking streets, you're not but a set of gold diggers. And you think you deserve more than everyone else. Everything you've got's from robbery, theft and black magic and all that shit. Poor excuse for men, poor excuse for women, poor law firms. Honestly, I'm sending peace, love and light.